Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 30th, 31st, 2023 Blue Moon Supermoon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below, as will a link to my website if you would like a reading, a personalized meditation, or an animal healing. So check that out. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Cancer. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Two of Wands reverse. So Cancer, door is closing, and we just need to be aware of it. We can be very upset at the moment that this door has closed, or that something we thought was going to work out wasn't or didn't work out. We could miss a flight, we could miss a train, we could miss, I was going to say plane, but that's the same thing as a flight. So Spirit is saying here, just be mindful. There literally can be doors like closing in our face, but that's okay. We're going to get to exactly where we need to be. And so don't get super upset about it. Okay. Even though in the moment it's going to be very upsetting. So just be aware of this. I don't know what's closing, but I just see that. I see it more like, doors that pull open and like, shut like automatically. I see it more like that. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have spontaneous reversed. We're not going to want to be very spontaneous during this moon, and for good reason. So we're really in tune with the energy around us during this time. And it's just not spontaneous. It's not like, oh, let's go and adventure and do. It's like, no, let's be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more aware during this time. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Okay, one more. Fantastic. Okay. Is an ex coming back during this time? Could be. Okay, just be aware that you could have somebody who you almost got married to or were married to come into your realm of thought or come into your life during this time. Just be aware of this. It doesn't look like a bad thing. It's just like, oh wow, you start kind of thinking about this person, or they message you in a way, in one way or another. So just be aware of this during this time. But there's moving towards love, but there's also a sense of rethinking commitment, marriage, the way people see devotion. So be aware of that as well. We're starting here with the Six of Cups reversed. We are releasing during this blue moon, the super moon, the biggest and brightest moon of 2023, where Pisces is at 7 degrees, where the moon is at 7 degrees of Pisces and the sun is at 7 degrees of Virgo. We are re-examining our childhood, but we are also letting go of a lot of things that we held onto from when we were really small, or we thought, oh, if I can only recreate this, or if this could only be a part of my life now, or, we recreated even relationships like with our father, we recreated that in our waking world today in one way or another. It could be in our partners, romantic partners, it could be in our business partners, but in somebody who has a prevalent role in your life and existence, that relationship, which wasn't necessarily the best relationship for a lot of people watching. Now, if you are watching and you're like, my relationship with my father was excellent, and I'm so glad that I carried on that, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. But for a lot of people here watching, it wasn't the best, and it maybe wasn't the most, emotionally healthy. So just be aware of this during this time, that you're really releasing a lot of that doubt and fear. And if you are, and it can also be with your mother, all right? But it's a relationship with somebody from your past. I see that as a very powerful figure with the Emperor card. It's patriarchal energy. This can be also, a mother figure who was just very, very powerful, but whose power diminished over time. Okay. It's a diminishing of power. It's like, yeah. So I just see it like a slope going down. That's going to be a very powerful thing during this time. Is that sense of, I'm releasing that bond, that intensity that held me back for so long. And it's not to blame the parents. So, but it's just like that memory kind of lurked in your mind. So just be aware of this. Now, if you're like, Dane, it was totally cool with my parents, that's awesome. You are releasing an energy around you that was spoken over you by it's a very big person, a very big authoritative person whose personality overshadowed your naivety as a child. And they spoke something over you where it was like, well, that was gospel. That became truth. That became how we saw ourselves. And now you're releasing it. It's like that power is being diminished. And that is awesome. That is really, really awesome. With the Seven of Pentacles, there is a feeling during this time that the seeds that you have planted are not bearing fruit the way that you wanted them to. And that can also be with the doors closing, right? There's a sense of, I thought it was going to work out a different way, or it was supposed to work out a different way. And Spirit is saying, in divine time, you will be in the exact right place. In the divine time, you are being led forward. And that's going to be astoundingly powerful and astoundingly helpful for you. But with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, there's a sense of, okay, what I was patiently building isn't going to necessarily work out the way I had expected. Is it going to work out? Yes. But because we are letting go of negativity, hurt, pain, disappointment that was spoken over us when we were very small, that went into shaping us in ways that we consciously didn't know, the fact that our plans are now changing, or ourselves are now changing, that's a really cool thing. It moves us then to the Lovers. This is Gemini energy. There's duality here. There's something very important that happened in a Gemini time period, May 21st to June 20th, realization, a connection, a coming together. But there is your duality coming forward. You as an individual embracing the duality of your soul, of yourself, of what you love. Know that during this time and during this moon, the angels are with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're almost feeling like, I'm being guided. I'm being guided. You'll say that a lot. You'll wake up with dreams and messages and instincts and ideas, and you're like, wow, it feels like I'm just being guided. You are. You definitely, definitely are. Listening to your head and your heart are going to be very important things for you to do during this time, Cancer. And it coming together with what you love, with what's powerful and personal and a blessing to you is also going to be something that we're seeing here. There's a sense of, I'm looking at what I love. And what I love is looking at me. What I love, what I need, what I'm devoted to is connecting with me. And I do see here, there's like somebody, an ex coming out of the blue, somebody you're thinking about that you could have had a relationship with, or you think, wow, I should have married that person, not this person, type of deal. So just be aware of this. Even if you're really happy in your relationship, or everybody thinks you're really happy, there's more to it. Okay. But there's something here with an embrace of what you love, an embrace of what you need, a sense of, this is my heart leading me forward. And the four of wands reversed, there's something that you're devoted to, that it's like the devotion has changed, or the relationship has changed. Okay. And it's kind of like you went into it bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, very, very hopeful. And it turned into something hurtful, or it turned into something you could call heartbreaking. But it's like, okay, it's changed, it's evolved. And it's kind of like that innocent bright-eyedness, that sense of course, everything's going to work out. You can almost feel like you were robbed of that. But it doesn't mean that because that's gone, because we'll never get that innocent, like, oh, nothing bad could ever happen to me type of thing that we have in youth, or when we haven't experienced bad things. When that's gone, it's kind of gone, but there's still a beauty, there's still a shine to you. I mean, this can also be like a job opportunity that doesn't go through, or something that you really wanted. Again, that's that door closing, and you think, oh wow, that's awful, like everything's over, it's terrible. And then it's going to lead you to just something extraordinary. It really is. It's like, oh, okay, but if I would have done that, it's going to be later on down the road where you're like, wow, if I would have done that or that, I wouldn't be right here right now. And right here right now is a really darn good place. So just know that there's a connection with the heart, but also with your root chakra coming in. Heart energy in Qigong is represented with red. It'd be really good for you to embrace the color pink during this time. Okay. Just a softer red would be very, very powerful. Also embracing that Aries energy. Okay, because we have the Emperor reversed, that's Aries reversed. And it could be just a little bit chaotic. It could be a little bit chaotic right now. A lot of people calling the shots, a lot of people wanting to be in charge. And it's like, hold on, I need to take back that power. I need to claim that throne. It was given to somebody else, but it's mine. It's my throne. It was always my throne. It has my name on it. It was made just for me. It's mine. And that's what you're taking back during this time. But you can't have certain things like fall through or just feel very frustrated. And it's like, what the heck is going on here? And all of a sudden with this moon, this, super moon in Pisces, it's leading you in a direction that you were just not aware you needed to travel. And it's also calling you to be the king of your own life, to say, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I'm going after. Because the King of Cups is you, Cancer. In the minor arcana, you're represented by the cups. And you're embracing what you love. You're also embracing your voice. Your voice is coming out much more vibrant, much stronger. I see you also, because this is a really cool spiritual full moon. It's a rare and powerful connection with our emotions and our intuition and our spiritual psychic selves. You can be connecting with a past life that was male and that was very authoritative. And actually, that male authoritative energy you can be having a bit of battle with during this supermoon, because you're connecting with it, and it's bringing up the energy of Virgo, the sun energy, right? That's reflecting off the moon. And Virgo is kind of like a place for everything and everything in its place. It's things running like clockwork. It's being super practical and super, like, everything's in order and self-sufficient, and just a good cog in the machine energy coming forward. And it's going against this Pisces supermoon, blue moon energy that's like, man, go with the flow. Like, see what you can discover, see where life takes you. Look at things differently. It is the most non-ego based sign. Pisces is the most egoless sign in the whole entire zodiac. And so here we're being called towards those waters. And because these waters are so sensitive and so, emotional, we can want to run away from them. We can be like, oh my gosh, this isn't practical. It's calling us to embrace a power within ourselves that we have locked away. We might have said, you know what, I can't do this. And it can be, that past life self that was the authority, but could have been a little bit of a tyrant. I do see this as kind of like tyrant energy coming forward, but it was most likely the age of tyrants, where those people ruled the world, and that was that. So we can want to be escaping the powerful psychic connection, the powerful empathic connection with this blue moon, and it can lead us to shutting down, feeling overwhelmed emotionally, wanting to just escape, like just escaping, like scrolling on our phones or just going. And it can also lead us to being a little bit too rigid during this time, like wanting to hold on to too many rules, too much order, or it can lead us to addictions, if that's one of the ways that we escape. So just be aware of this. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. But if it was a past life self, okay, you're marrying these two beings. You're marrying these two ways of seeing things, and kind of that Virgo energy of rules and structure, and that Pisces energy of creativity and exploration. They're coming together during this time. And we'll go deeper into the moon. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So we have here, it's time to take action. It's time to take action from the past, okay, from childhood or from children, right? And it's time to release. And that's going to be really important. It's that sense of I'm releasing, I'm also embracing Aries energy, moving forward in the power of myself and what I desire, because this is the Aries new moon. And the release is letting go of others' expectations over ourselves. It brings us to self-love. It really does. It brings us to a sense of self-love, and also reverse. It's time to breathe out. We don't want to breathe out. We're kind of holding everything in, and we're going to see that with our breath, like deeper breaths during this time. If we can work on breath work, breathing deeper into our lungs instead of that shallow breathing that we are known for in our Western world, releasing, taking deeper breaths. Yeah, just calming ourselves down, becoming very aware, embracing self-love. And it's really going to be tied with breath work and looking at our authority within ourselves, the power that we have over ourselves, and the releasing of other people's words, other people's power over us. Now we have peace reversed, because things aren't going necessarily according to plan. It can feel like everything's all over the place, where our peace isn't what we're focusing on. But a win-win outcome is moving us forward. Things fall into alignment, and we're going to think, I have to make it, I have to make it, I have to do. It's like, no, we have to come into harmony with ourselves. So focusing on the peace, focusing on calming things down, focusing on not listening to everything else, and connecting with us. That's going to be the most powerful thing we can do. Will we? Well, that's the question, because will is upside down, is reversed. It says, expect powerful change. Will we see the powerful change, even during this moon? And that's also a big question. Do we let love in? Because that's a powerful energy during this time. And just in life in general, love is the most powerful energy we have in this world. We can love things and they can change. Yes, love is not enough. If somebody is on a self-destructive, path, we can't love them to change. We can be heartbroken by that. But our love can change the world, and it does. Some people, though, their hatred or their chaos it's too hard to fight against at times. So just be aware of that. Be aware that if you've seen things and you're like, but I just loved really hard and I connected, and now your heart feels broken because of it, it wasn't you. It's part of their journey. You can't always save what doesn't want to be saved. And that is something really, really hard. Or you can't always love somebody who doesn't want to be loved. And sometimes that I mean, excuse my language, but that sucks to come to realize. It really does. It's something that's like a kick to the gut. And it's like, that's horrible. But here, will you let love guide you? Because it will bring about extraordinary things. It will bring about powerful, powerful change. Be patient. Yeah. Be patient with yourself. As the portals open, as you start to connect, as you start to see things, it's saying here also step out of your comfort zone. Like, that's also why we don't want to be spontaneous. We want to step out of our comfort zone, but we can feel like it's not time yet. We can feel like, I'm not at that point yet. And at times, yes, that's true. But we also have to push ourselves a little bit to be a little bit uncomfortable and be a little bit more fierce with what we're going after. Okay, step out of our comfort zone. It's reverse. We want to stay comfortable. But we're finding, as we're patient with ourselves, we're opening up the doors in ways that we thought had been closed to us by somebody else. Are we blossoming? Does it feel that way? Not always. Not always. You're very close to achieving your goals, absolutely. But we don't always feel like we're blossoming. We don't always feel like we're coming into ourselves, and that's okay too. I mean, it's okay to feel like, wow, I'm not there, or this is so intense. And this is, again, part of the moon. This moon connects with our spiritual selves. It's really a sense of opening up this door and saying, are you ready? And we might be saying, no, nope, not ready right now. Not ready. Thank you, though. What we also have during this time is we have Saturn conjunct the moon, and Saturn in its makeup is less dense than water. And the moon is, of course, in the water sign of Pisces and controls the waters, not only in the seas, but in our own bodies, right? In the blood that flows through our veins. So here, Saturn is helping to open us up, open our connection between the spiritual and the practical worlds. Saturn is acting as the inner shaman. And we're seeing that during this time, that sense of our angels right there with us, guiding us, connecting it with us, opening up the doors. If we're not ready, we can shut down during this time. We could be like, I'm feeling too much. I'm connecting too much. This is too woo-woo for me, or too bonkers. It's too much. So just be aware that if that's how you're feeling, that's perfectly okay. But know there's a reason for it. Know that the portals are opening. And we have to be patient with ourselves as we walk through them. The South Lunar Node is in Libra, okay? And the North Lunar Node is in Aries. Now, the North Lunar Node is the head of the dragon. We can be out of alignment with the head of the dragon, that passion, that fierceness that's pulling us forward towards what we love, what we want, towards what we're fighting for. We can feel out of balance with that. And that's okay. Just know that we can. Now, the South Lunar Node is the tail of the dragon, the balance of it all. And that's being balanced in love. Pluto has squared the lunar nodes, and this is known as a time of karmic choice, and it will be for the rest of 2023. We will be having a wake-up call. There's a sense of what karmically is coming our way. What are we choosing? And it's going to affect us for quite some time. The moon in Yod, which is the finger of fate, okay? The moon is in Yod with Mars and with Venus. Now, Venus is in Leo, which is calling us to braveness of heart, braveness of love, and Mars is in Libra, calling us to balance of passions. And again, we can be having a bit of difficulty with that. Pluto is sextile Neptune. Neptune is sextile Uranus, and Uranus is trine Pluto. And what this all means is that the outer planets are opening us up to our psychic higher consciousness. And that's cool. It's intense and it's powerful. Okay, so just be aware of that. The full moon is conjunct Saturn physically. Okay, Saturn and the moon are in the stars of Aquarius. And Aquarius is the symbol of the zigzag like waters, the up and down, right? And that's the water bearer. That is the oldest iconography that we have in human existence. It's the oldest symbol we have in humanity. It is 40,000 years old, and it connects us with the living waters of our blood, of our bodies, of ourselves. And it's something that our ancestors thought was so important that they named it before we had words, before we had imagery for almost anything else or anything else. We had the image of water. Pisces, the most egoless sign, right? With this supermoon, with this blue moon, is kind of daring us and also shining a light on disillusionment, daring us to see the disillusionment in our lives, daring us to live out loud and boldly without deception and without deceptions around us. It is guiding us back to our hearts and having us fall back in love with ourselves and with this earth. And that's huge. Our subconscious spirit message, not spirit message, but message to be mindful of, is the Prince of Wands. Our passions, our tempers getting the best of us. Other people's passions and tempers wanting to just be like a tidal wave washing over us, burning up all our water, making us feel depleted and depressed. So just be aware of this. Our subconscious spirit message here is gratitude reversed. I'm doing a challenge of being grateful, of sitting there in forgiveness, and instead of judging bad experiences as something bad, of saying like, look at how far I've come. Gratitude reversed can be looking at things and being like, it's so unfair. And it is never going to say it's not. But being grateful that you stand, being grateful that you're here, that you're a warrior, that you are strong and powerful, that holds a lot. And taking the anger that can be left from hurts and betrayals and disappointments and seeing not maybe even the thankfulness to other people, because we don't need to thank them for hurting us, but the thankfulness to the power of our own spirit and our angels and our spirit guides and our purpose on this universe to stand strong. Our subconscious tarot message is judgment. We are rising out of darkness, of hurt, of pain, and we're feeling reborn because we are reborn. And there's a strength and there's a beauty to us. Our subconscious Luna message is don't let pride get in your way and embrace the darkness, because there's even darkness in supermoons, right? There's even darkness in the brightest, biggest supermoon, blue moon of this year, of 2023. The brightest moon of 2023 still holds darkness to it. Do not let pride get in your way. Let yourself embrace what you love. Let your heart be brave and powerful and beautiful. And you let yourself move forward in that energy of greatness. All right. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed blue moon. Bye.